Hi everyone, and welcome back to another online Jiu-Jitsu workout class. As you probably know, the dojo opened up again, finally, this week. So we have a new schedule. So we're doing 4 days a week in dojo and 2 online classes. We're going to continue the online classes for those that need them and don't have the capability or the desire to meet in dojo. So we have our Tuesdays and Thursdays online live, and Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday in dojo. Okay, let's get ready for class. Walk so. Walk so yame. Onishimasu. Hands on your hips or on your belt, head to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, and dai, ich, ni, san, shi, go, head back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down, look right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, tilt right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, any way you need it. Shoulders forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, alternating, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, elbows up, back, ich, ni, san, forward, ich, ni, san, forward, ich, ni, san, forward, reverse, ich, ni, san, back, ich, ni, san, back, ich, ni, san, back. Left hamni, left hand on your belt, right hand forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. On thigh. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Natural stance, both hands forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Left hamni, right hand in. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Out, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side. Punch. On thigh. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Out, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side. Punch. Natural stance, elbows against your chest, both in, ich, ni, san, shi, go, out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, shake them in, out, side to side, double punch. Hips to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, and thigh, ich, ni, san, shi, go, stretch back. Forward. Back hands overhead. Forward. Chest to your right knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And ready for torso rotations to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And thigh, ich, ni, san, shi, go. And standing split, elbows to the mat. Rocking, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels. Pivot left. thigh. Back to center. Walking, hitch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hitch, ku, ju. Back on your heels. Pivot left. Right. Come to Shikudachi. And forward. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. Drop your right shoulder, look at your right fingers. Dai. 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 Extend your right leg for side kick. Dai. And dai toes up. So keep your arms locked, pushing out on your knees through all of these exercises. And dai. And dai all the way down. Still pushing it on your knees if you can. I put my hands on the floor for this, on both of them. So, dai. 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 And seize up. Stretch back. Forward, keep your butt on your heels. Back. Forward. Sit up straight, twist right. Left. And feet in front. Pick them up. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Reach a little deeper. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist right. Left. Legs apart. Turn right, reach right. Dai. And center, elbows to the mat, or better if you can. Back to the right. left, back to center, and put your right elbow on the mat next to your right knee, reach over with your left. Right thigh. Sit up, twist right, left, bring your legs in, pick up your right, and rotate your toes and ankle. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. On thigh, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Massage your toes, ball the foot, instep and arch, heel, and your calf. Pick it up, shake it. Put in the crook of your elbow, cradle it, rocking. Stretch. Put it down. Thigh. Rotate. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Opposite direction. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Massage. Toes. Ball the foot. Instep and arch. Heel. And calf. Shake, shake, shake. Cradle. Rocking. Stretch. And put it down. Okay, so we're going to do our jackknives. If you can do the back fall, do so. Otherwise, just get into jackknife position. Ready? Hey! Jackknives. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Hands under butt, scissors. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Leg raises. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Knees to chest. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Flutter kick. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Raise them up straight. Feet on your belly. Slowly down. Stretch. Right knee in. Rotate your foot. Hook behind your knee. Put it down. Twist. And thigh. Rotate your foot. Hook behind your knee, put it down, twist. Yummy, both knees in, rocking. Stretch. Heels in, bridge. Hands by your shoulders, push all the way up. And down. Okay, sort yourself out and get ready for push-ups. Again, if you can do the face fall, do the face fall. Hey! Push-up position, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, one more, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down and hold it. Slowly down, relax. Up, and down, and down, and down. Turn around, drop to your knee, and fix whatever you need to fix. Left tummy. Kurgesh. And die, EQ. And die. And die, EQ. Flare both elbows equally. That's it. Try and rotate it towards your face, if your wrist will allow it. And die. And die, thank you. Die. Die, Shihanagi. Die. Die, finger wrist stretch. And die. And shake it loose. Okay, get your space, ready for Tai Sabaki. Left foot forward. Hitch. ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and dai, hitch, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and dai, hands up, hitch step pivot, slow count, so get some distance, hitch, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and dai, hitch, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and dai, hitch step pivot, quick count, hitch, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and dai, hitch, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, fetch, ku, ju, and gently, and shake it loose. So we had our first dojo classes on Monday and Wednesday, and it was obviously great to be on the mat and to actually be able to roll, but I also found that I've been doing so much of those last few things, the tai sabaki and the hitch step pivot, at home with the Ghost Uke. I was amazed at how improved I'd gotten at doing that in the presence of a real person. I've gotten very, very smooth at getting in behind them and tucking in tight, which I was surprised by, right, because I haven't had a person to do it with. So it just shows you that this type of practice can be pretty fruitful, even with our Ghost UKs. Okay, so we're going to work on our Tai Sabaki Kata. And so, Kyatsuki, Rei, Onegaishimasu, Yoi, and let me just go through it once so you can see the sequence, and then we'll break it down one by one. So, yeah, me. So I kind of started a little bit further because I walked into my curtains there. So that's the basic. So our 1 and 2, might as well play along with me here. 1 and 2 are obviously the mirror of each other. So with 1, we are crescent stepping out into basically Zenkutsu Dachi. So back leg should be straight, weight should be 60-40 distribution, so more on your front foot, and then back. And as we do that, we're going to cross block and come out into, exactly, so you want to have your elbow as much in front of you as possible and have the hand towards your center. So this is blocking a punch that's coming in. So you want to be not out here but here. And other hand goes to chamber. It's a punch chamber. So again, from here, we're going to cross and come out and back. There's an out and back to it, right? So we're receiving and coming back. And then from here, we're going to swap to a reverse punch. And the blocking hand comes to chamber. And then back to cross and back in with a crescent step. So let's do that a couple of times. We'll do it, the other side is exactly the same. We're going to come out and punch and back. That's it. And obviously there's a ki. I'm just not going to ki here because I don't want to upset my neighbors or make them think there's something bad going on. Okay, so let's just do it one at a time. So one, coming in and punch and back. Two, coming in, punch and back. One, coming in, punch and back. Two, coming in, punch and back. So when we actually do this, there's a fluidity between the block and the punch. There isn't a dead stop at this position. It's almost, you just enough for it to lock in and then they exchange. So let's do it a couple more times. Each, back, knee, and back, each, and back, knee, and back. Don't have your thumb up. If anything, your thumb is going to be down, right? You want to have it sort of in this position, so you don't want to be up in the air. So again, imagine that there's a punch coming in, and you're coming over the top. So you're going to be like this, so you can actually use that thumb underneath. Okay, so that's 1 and 2, fairly good. 3 and 4, there are variations on 3 and 4 that we've done over the years. The one that I originally learned was to come in, cross block, chamber, and kick, and down block at the same time. We've since changed that over the last 2 years to now we come in and we down block first, then we chamber, kick, re-chamber, and back. So again, the easiest way we break this down is to do it like this. We're going to step to the side and bring this foot with no weight on it, just onto ball of foot like that. So we step to the side, cross block like that, down block and chamber the other hand, chamber the leg. Now we're going to lean and kick and re-chamber and then back into center. So what was happening was there's a tendency for people to come in and as they're chambered they're leaning before they chamber and then they're kicking. So what we're trying to do is get people to down block first, chamber while still upright, and then only lean when they kick. So let's do it that way. So going right first, and then we go left, we do the same thing. So hands in front, and step to the right, cross, and just have the left toes on the ground. So all your weight's on your right leg. Down block and chamber. Chamber your leg. Kick, pivot your back leg obviously, re-chamber, and then back in. And as you come back in, just come like that again. Let's go left this time. So same thing. Left cross. Have no weight on your right. Down block chamber. Chamber your leg. Kick, re-chamber, cross and back in. That's it, nice. Going right, cross, down block chamber, chamber your leg, kick, rechamber, cross and back in. Going left, cross, down block chamber, chamber your leg, kick, rechamber, cross and back in. To the right, cross, down block chamber, chamber your leg, kick, rechamber, cross and back in. Going left, cross, down block chamber, chamber your leg, kick, rechamber, cross and back in. And of course when you do this, obviously we're not going to break it down quite so much, but also when you kick, make sure you're looking at your leg, at where you're kicking, right? So, and turn your heel in the direction that you're kicking to. So your position should be like this. Try and keep your right hand chamber, in this case, out. And your leg and your down block arm should basically be parallel. And you're kicking with either the heel or the blade of your foot. This is mostly done as a kicking at the knee. So imagine kicking a stomp with the heel for that. Okay, let's do one more set like that. Going right, cross, down block chamber, chamber your leg, kick, back and back in. Left, cross, down block chamber, chamber your knee, kick, back and back into center. Okay, so let's do that a couple of times without the breakdown. So it'll basically be just like san, shi, like that. Ready? San, shi, san, shi, san, shi. Okay, so let's do 4 and 5. Now I don't have quite enough space. I'm going to start to one side here. So I'm going to my right and we're going to bring our hand up and bring our other one to our hip as we cross step deep. And then we pivot and push out. And we should be in a good shikudachi, or horse stance. So let me do it from the opposite side so you can see. So I basically place my hand on my hip. It's going to come out like that. And my other hand goes into my core. And I'm going to exaggerate. I'm going to cross step deep like this. But don't let your foot leave the ground. So slide it across there. So when you pivot, you're able to, that hand should come out in the same time as you pivot, and you look in that direction. Technically this is a block. It's not a very smart block because it's supposed to be a block of a leg. And you move out of the way and you push the leg out. And you want to have about a fist distance there. So as we're coming around, we're pushing that out. And my hand doesn't do it, but if you can get a 90 degrees, that would be great. The other hand, just same thing, fist distance away from your solar plexus, is just our standard core protection. So again, from the front, we're standing even stance, fists in front like so. As we cross step, we bring our hands into the start positions. And as we pivot, this one pushes out. I didn't cross it enough because I didn't have enough room. Let's do that again. So we want to cross deep so that when you come around, you've got a nice shikudachi. So you might have to figure out on your mat how far you can go. So the further you go, the better your shikudachi is going to be. Okay, so let's just do one side. Let's just do going right first so that we can start out on the left sides of our mats. And so this is 5 and 6, so 5 is going right. So it's go, and back. So coming back, I didn't mention coming back, so let me do it from the opposite direction again. So going right, and like this, and then coming back, we're just going to come into our cross as we cross step and come down. So as we cross step and come back down. So you just want to be back into natural stance for the return. Again, go, and back. Go, and back. I'm going to do it opposite side for demonstration purposes. Go, and back. Go, and back. Go, and back. Alright, so let's do the opposite side now. Let's do rook, which is basically the same thing, right? Except for we're going left this time. So opposite hands, deep step, pivot, push out, look at your hand, and back. So I'm not going to break it down too much, let's just do it. So rook, and back. Rook, and back. Rook, and back. And I'm going to do it from the back. Rook, and back. Rook, and back. One more time. Rook, and back. Like if you can do the drop here, so when you pivot you're already at the height and you're just pushing your hand out as opposed to coming across and then dropping into shikadachi. The lower you go as you cross step, the more stable you are. Equally, if you stay low when you cross step to come back, it's going to be more stable. If you come up and then just cross step, you're going to be a lot more off balance. You're raising your center of gravity. So it is actually a cross step coming back. So if I'm here, I'm actually technically doing that. It never really quite looks like that though when we do it. Okay, good. Where are we? 7 and 8. What we're doing is we're present stepping back into our Zenkutsu Dachi. So it's the opposite of coming forward. Now we're going back. But we should end up with the same 60-40 distribution on our weight. And this time we are chambering by, first we're coming to our heel to heel and groin protecting. So I'm going back to my right. So I'm groin protecting with my right, and my left is coming up to my opposite ear, like as if I'm answering the phone with the wrong hand. And as I come back in the finish of my crescent step, right, so it comes back like that, at the same time these are going to slide down each other. The right withdraws to chamber and the left takes over groin and top of knee protection, right? So it's a doop, doop, and my hip turns out too, right? So it's now more protecting my top of knee. And the reason that there's a hip turn is that we're able to use that wind up to come into our full Zenkutsu Dachi reverse punch. And then the usual back cross to back. So again, come to center, come back, turn out, turn in and punch. And then the opposite is the same for the opposite side. Come in and punch. Now if I had a gi on, you would hear the gi sleeves rubbing against each other. There's friction generated in that. Remember, so you're turning over as you're withdrawing, so it's the opposite to a punch. It's a boom, like that. And then this one is going from up to down. So it's an exchange of which one's protecting you, right? So they should be changing their position in space, right from there to there. Okay, let's try that. So starting natural stance, and we're going to go right first. So just bring your heels together, left hand goes to your right ear, right hand hangs in front of your crotch. That's it. And now right foot goes back, and they slide across each other. So your right hand should be in chamber, left hand more in front of you. Yeah, that's it. And turn your hip out slightly so that you can then reverse punch. Turn your back heel fully when you do the reverse punch. That's it. And then yes, it's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to come up much, but all your weight should be on the ball of foot. And then bring them in and back to chamber. So let's do the right a few times like that. Bring them in, down and back, punch. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell either because you're mirror opposite to me as well. Okay, so bring them together, right hand down, left hand by the ear, right foot, right hand back. Again, keep your block in front of you, that's it. And reverse punch, cross and crescent in and down. So again, you should be crossed here and they come down together. That's it. Again, bring it in, back, punch, and back. Bring it in, back, punch, and back. So when I break it down like this, I'm basically coming down into shikadachi for this and turning it into a Zenkutsu Dachi. Technically, you never actually make it to that shikadachi. Basically, you're going to do like that, right? So it just turns your hip out and back. But if you want it to be really just practice this, it's almost worth dropping in a little bit like that, just for the breakdown purpose, but it's not actually part of it. You don't actually want to have your knee turned out. Your knee is coming there and just your hip is turning. Okay, let's do it 2 more times broken down. Bring it in, slide back, punch, and back in. Okay, so let's do that a couple of times fast. So this is sich, and back, sich, and back, sich, back, sich, back, and one more time, sich. Okay, so let's do the left side. So basically the same thing. Bring them together. So left arm should be blocking in front, right arm by your ear. Left foot goes back. Punch. And back. Bring them together. Back. Punch. And back. So be careful you don't go too far back, because if you go too far back, you'll end up like with your weight here. You want your weight more over your front leg. So it just is, don't let your knee on your front leg go behind your heel. Try and keep it over your toes. Again, bring them in, back, punch, and in. One more time. Bring them in, back, punch, and in. Okay, now at speed. Seach. Actually, this is hatch, not seach. Hatch. 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 Ku and Ju are pretty easy. Ku is stepping back with the right, and Ju stepping back with the left. And then we just do a pick up and a pick up. Now again, I don't have quite as much space here, so what you want to do is you want to go back, back. You want to get distance, but obviously you might not be able to practice that to get that much distance. But in effect, if you're in dojo and stuff, what you want to do is you're going to step back with the right. Now there's also a coming up and back, a little bit of that, the same thing with the taisabaki, out and in. There's a little bit of a, I'm exaggerating, but there's a little bit of that motion to it. Same thing there, and the same thing going forward. You always want to have that little bit of, I'm taking somebody's balance and I'm dropping it, either forward for them or into my belt. So don't worry too much about that. So if we just start natural stance like this, and we're just going to come up into our standard, so little solar plexus and about the same distance between the hands there. So we step back to the right and then step back with the left. And how you cross your hands as you do this, that's not finely tuned here. You have a choice. Some people like to bring them like the cross block that we were doing, and some people like to cycle them. I tend to cycle them, you know. So as I'm coming back, I'll come up, doop, and then I'll cycle left over right, and then when I come back in, I'll cycle left over right, cycle right over left. But if you want to do the cross block version, that's perfectly fine. Either are perfectly acceptable. Okay, so ready. Each knee, and then pick up, and pick up. It's actually Ku and Ju, I should say. So, usually when we do this, we do the pick up, and then pick up, and then the final pick up is to step back into, so it's not a step forward into natural stance. Your left should be forward, and you're going to step back for our final position, and that should put you right back onto the point where you started the kata from the very start. Okay, so let's try that. So see if you can end up in the same position that you're standing in now when you come back. Ready? Ku, Ju, pick up, and pick up. That's it. Again, Ku, Ju, pick up, and pick up. Okay, not very difficult, so I'm not going to iterate that a bunch of times. I'm just going to have a look at you do it. And don't worry about the nitty-gritty, let's just get the sequence down at first. So remember, one is boom, like so. Hitch. Knee. Going to the right for the kick, san. Shi. Going to the right, go. And back. Left. Back. Stepping back with the right foot, sich. Back. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Pick up. Pick up. And pick up. And let's do that again. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Gu. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Pick up. Pick up. And pick up. Okay, so let's see if we can go through it without the count. See if we can remember the sequence. So, from the top. Hajime. Ski, Ray, I already get the exam stuff. You do want to keep that out there and just bring it back in when you rechamber. So you can use, this is a big part of what we do. So let's actually do just a little exercise with that. So if somebody's coming with a straight punch or even a lunge attack with a knife, right? They're going to come in like this and we can block, drop, trap. So we're just moving to the side, we're not moving in at all. Right? So they're coming in and we just move to the side, we block with our inside hand, we drop, trap, then we can chamber, kick out their knee, rechamber, and this is the point that I'm making. While you're rechambering, your hand is still out here, you can turn and come in and use that big body drop. So we're going to go, we step to the side, drop, trap, chamber. We have to kick slightly in front because their knee is going to be over there, right? Then we rechamber and we can turn and we can do our drop into our EQ all the way to the ground. So it's hard, but if you can do that turn while rechambering, it becomes a big thing. So let's try that. We've got a few minutes. So starting left foot forward, they're coming in with a right that's coming in, so we're just going to move to our left and drop, trap, chamber, kick basically underneath where our hand is, rechamber, turn to face, and as we're going to do this as we come in and all the way to the ground. I mean, normally when people do this, they do, and they just come in and bring it to here, lock elbows, right, our standard EQ. But, you know, I'm like, we're dropping all that away, then they're turning over. We can take it all the way to the ground if we want to. If we want to be particularly mean, right? And when we're practicing at home, we can be mean to the ghost. Okay, so let's do that. So again, left foot forward, slide to the left. And we're kind of blocking here, so you need to drop your elbow a little bit. Especially if it's a knife, right? You don't want to be just going straight for the hand. If you come to the side like that and you just try and grab their hand, they can backslash you and take your hand out. So you want to have something there that you don't care as much about, not the inside, the outside of your arm, the part where it doesn't have all the veins, right? So you're like this, ever so, just a microsecond, like that, and then like that. So you can get that drop, pull them onto their front knee, the one that you're about to kick. Okay, so slide to the side, drop trap, chamber, kick out their knee, re-chamber, turn, and drop in. Again, left forward, slide to the side, drop trap, chamber, kick it out, turn, and all the way to the floor. Okay, let's do the other side. Right foot forward, slide right, drop trap with your left, chamber, kick it out, chamber, turn, drop in. Now depending on what uke is like I was doing this yesterday with Keith, and his attack is very forward and leaning, which means that I end up having to take him very forward, which is my rear. So instead of dropping into his rear like that, I have to drop over there. So it'll depend on where they end up being prone when you're dropping, which direction you actually end up doing. You'll find that out when you're dealing with it in class. If you ever get an uke, right? So left foot or right foot forward, we're going right, slide right, drop trap with your left, chamber left, kick, re-chamber, turn, and drop in. If the uke is short and they're coming in either with the knife or with a punch, it's hard to block them because you have to drop that elbow in. So there's more of a tendency to go straight for the hand if they're shorter than you than if your elbow is able to actually come in at their height. So that's just something. What you end up doing is if they're shorter, instead of blocking like this, you'll end up blocking up there so that you can slide down their arm. A little bit like the Tai Sabaki start, right? Come in like that as opposed to like that. Just because you don't want to be like this, because then you can't really chamber and kick out the leg. So that is something, depending on what your uke is like, you might have to switch it up a bit. Alright, so let's do a few exercises before we finish up class. So get ready for jumping jacks. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, go, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, and ju. Yeah, me. And standing twists, ich, ni, san, shi, go. And standing split, ready for windmills. Remember to look at the ceiling each time and try and touch past your foot if you can. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, and ju. And yeah, maybe shake it loose. Okay, fists by your cheekbones, ready for knee raises. Alternating. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, and ju. Yummy. And drop into shikadach. Elbows on your knees, drop your butt low. And breathe. Straighten up your knees slowly. Chest to your right knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Come up, twist right. Left. Down in front. Walk your legs in a little bit closer so you can drop into a squat. Keep your heels on the ground. It's whatever you can get. And you can put your hands on the floor if you need to balance. And drop your right knee, touch the mat. Drop your left, touch the mat. And hands on the mat. Keep your butt on your heels. Slide forward. No weight on your hands as long as possible. Stretch. Up slowly. Back. Up. Hands behind your head, elbows forward. Touch the mat with your elbows or top of your head if you can. Keep your butt on your heels. Ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Now flare elbows. Touch side to side, also keeping your opposite hip butt on your opposite heel. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And you may twist right. Left, and shake it loose. Okay, so that's it for today. Let's moxo and call it a day. Moxo. Soyame. Arigatou gozaimashita. And thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you next time.